Welcome to Access a Trader, the #1 community for those who are committed to taking control of their trading in order to achieve success, profitability, and longevity. Thank you for joining us. Here's Dan Shapiro to help you find your edge, master your process, and own your future.
Hey guys, good evening everybody. Welcome to another edition of the AccessATrader.com nightly wrap-up show. Hope everybody is doing well. Out of nowhere, I just felt a little bit under the weather. Hopefully it's something, hopefully it's nothing. I can shake it off soon. Just like after I came back from the gym and walked my dog, it felt like I don't know where this allergy season starting up, but anyway, I'm just fighting something. So I just wanted to kind of get my thoughts on video, and hopefully I'll go rest and everything will be absolutely normal tomorrow. So FOMC day, Fed left rates unchanged, expected. Okay. They left the door open for potential 2 rate cuts for 2025. Market like the news. You look at the scoreboard today. Where are we? 1.5% rise nearly on the NASDAQ, a little bit less than 1% rise on the Dow, and a 1% rise on the S&P 500, which is fine. Here is where we play devil's advocate, and this is kind of where I tell you what I don't like. I always play devil's advocate because again, I don't believe in the theory that running into a crowded movie theater with fires up in flames is usually a good thing. So here's kind of what I do like and I don't like. The last 3 out of 4 days we closed green candles, which is good, right? It's obviously a higher close than open. The one thing I don't like is, well, there's 2 things I don't like. I don't like the fact that we are still in incredible lines of volatility on the NASDAQ 100. For the last month or so, right, we're seeing at least 7 to 10 points of range in the QQQs. That's not a good thing, folks. That's absolutely not a good thing. You should see somewhere between 3 to 5, 3 to 6 points. The fact that we are somewhere in the neighborhood of 7 to 10 to 12 points every single day is not a good thing. I don't remember the last time that the NASDAQ had a normal day, right? What I mean normal is, down, 50, up 50, down 30. I remember a couple of days ago, we were up, we were down like 30, but we were up 100. So it's a very, very aggressive market, continues to be an aggressive market. Stocks that are moving up are continuously getting into supply. Even if they take out the previous day's highs, they're still met with some sort of supply. The second thing I really don't like, and I think a lot of you guys will agree with me on, it takes a really big effort for a stock to go up after it takes out an initial range for a stock to go up $1, $2. Okay. It takes a lot of effort. It takes 2-3 hours, whatever the case may be. But the stock will get knocked out instantly, $2, $3, once you get some sort of either negative news, some sort of data comes out. So it's very, very hard for them to make the move up, but they get knocked down very, very aggressively. That's not what you want to see. That's not a healthy type of environment if you are a perma bull. Right now on the surface, we're trying to stabilize. We're kind of back to where we were a couple of days ago. If you guys remember, we talked about this 485 80s level, right? Let's just call it 486, okay? So we fell a little bit short of that on today's spike, right? On today's spike when Jay Powell was holding its Q&A. And you can see here, we had a nice rally. Forget about this fake print here. We had a kind of this nice rally here, this nice pop, and then we got kind of faded into the close. Watch tomorrow, right? If we could get back above and confirm back the 10-day moving average. Again, last time we talked about potentially confirming the 10-day moving average, we failed the next day. As you can see, that was yesterday. We failed, miserably the next day. If the market wants to continue this, at least hold the fort for more selling, we need to get back above this 485, 85 area on the QQQs. Again, you can see today, you can make an argument, it's kind of a little mini double top that we stopped at 485.33. But again, if the bulls want to rally, we got to get above, especially at the closing price, above 486 on the Qs would be very, very important. Another thing that I really don't like, and I think a lot of you guys should feel exactly the same way, man, why does it take like a magical event for the stock market to go higher? Like, why does it take needs to be like the silver bullet, some sort of news, something. So for the market, why can't the market just organically go higher? And again, that's a very big red flag. So there's a lot of red flags, obviously, in this type of environment. And just remember, again, forget about the 50-day. This is all happening still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days. We're talking about tomorrow will be 2 full weeks below the 200-day moving average. And if you want to at least establish of credibility of a little bit risk back on, even though we're still below the 50, we got to get back above like the 493 level on the QQQs. That will reclaim back the 200-day moving average. And then you could turn around and go, okay, maybe that was a bottom a couple of weeks ago. Right now, the jury is still out. And if you look at the action today, obviously everything. If you guys remember last night's video, I was looking for a lot of really good looking short setups today. Obviously, nothing confirmed. Again, there's no such thing as being right or wrong. It's having a game plan and waiting for that game plan to confirm. I was watching Tesla to the downside. I was watching, coin to the downside. I was watching for a day two, Nvidia to the downside below the 10-day moving average. None of these stocks obviously confirmed, and they actually did okay today. Yet, we had a couple of pivots to the upside, but again, these pivots to the upside are not giving $10. Right? They're giving $1.50. They're giving $2, right? They're not just giving you that big move, because every stock continues to be under supply, heavy under supply. And you can see here on Tesla today, we had a nice pivot here above 235, and ultimately towards the end of the day, it ran up to this 241 level. But again, you can see these are all lower highs below this range. Where Tesla would really need to get going is above like 253, right? Above 253, this thing is going. That's still $18 away. And at least we finally got some sort of clarity. You guys remember like 3 days ago, I was talking about, buyers are coming in for the 260 weeklies. I'm like, yes, they must know something, or at least some sort of news coming out. The problem what they didn't anticipate was, well, we're in a sell cycle. Nobody cares. And the news, like last night, right? Right after I logged off and I recorded the video and I sent it out for editing, that's when the news broke that, California is giving Tesla the green light for blah, 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 whatever the hell it was. It was like it feels like it was 2 weeks ago. It was yesterday. But again, nice little bounce on rally on Tesla today. Got rejected off the 10-day moving average. Now we're looking for clues. Again, is this just kind of a one-hit wonder and we reclaim back to yesterday's lows and start going lower, or can Tesla start moving back? Same thing kind of with Nvidia. Yesterday they had their event, right? They had their event yesterday. Got rejected today, put in a higher low, higher high, which is good. But the problem is, again, it got rejected into supply. Again, nice little pivot after Powell's testimony. For you guys who caught that 19 and change area into the 20s supply. Again, that's all it is. It's just cash flow. You look at other names. Amazon. Nothing, right? Nothing going on. Nothing going on. Amazon. Google. Google, you take a look at Google, again, bear dead cat bounce, reject up the 10-day moving average. Meta was down for majority of the day, right? Meta was down the majority of the day, still closed at a red candle, still putting in lower highs and lower lows on the 5-day. Apple at one point actually had a nice run, really, really nice run. You can see here at the open, had a really, really good run. I'm not sure what the news was. Then they got hit with some EU blah, 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 whatever the hell it was. And it was like a $6 move off its highs. Again, that's my point. It takes so much effort for these stocks to go higher, and you get one news event and they got hit as well. So, going into tomorrow, again, that 486 level on the Qs, that's the magic number, guys. If you want this market to light up and have a really, really solid organic day, the market needs to get back above 486. There's no way about it. Again, a name like Reddit that we were watching yesterday still looks like crap, right? Still looks like crap, guys. Today was a double bottom, right? A double bottom, or at least it held the same level twice, folks. I'm telling you, if we get a red day tomorrow, right, watch Reddit, man. This thing starts losing today's channel, which is also going to confirm the March 10 lows. This thing is going to get hit. This thing looks just awful, just absolutely awful. It couldn't rally with the rest of the market. Let me give you guys a couple of other names to watch for tomorrow. I just want to go get some rest. I don't know. I just got hit with something out of nowhere. Watch Boeing. Yeah, I said it. Watch Boeing, right? Boeing today tested the 50-day moving average, got rejected, had a it's having a nice, really big run until the next plane crash, unfortunately. But watch Boeing here. If Boeing can reclaim back the 50-day moving average tomorrow, this thing can wake up. If we do have another run, watch PLTR. PLTR is close, very, very close to reclaiming back the 50-day moving average. That would be very, very important for PLTR. If it could reclaim back the 50-day, it could definitely run. AMD has actually acted pretty well in the last several days. It actually took out the highs from 2 days ago, stopped at the 34 EMA. If the market does continue to rally, guys, watch AMD. If AMD could get back above the 34 EMA, then this thing could have one expansion day to get back to the 50-day moving average. It's really not that far away. Reddit, we talked about potentially again to the downside. Tesla, again, I'm going to watch both sides. As we've seen numerous times, every single time it gets any type of bid, the next day just drops back down. So I'm going to watch on both sides. If it could reclaim back the 10-day moving average, I will be interested in the long. But if it starts losing back today's channel, down we go again. So again, market's crazy. It is what it is. Guys, remember, every trader is looking at the market exactly the same way. If you trade technology, if you trade beta, you see what's going on, right? Nobody has special charts. Nobody has a special market that they're trading. You see the aggressive nature of the selling. You see how hard it is for these stocks to wake up to the upside, and you see how quickly they get knocked down as well. So again, this is pretty much what happens when you are underneath supply. A lot of effort to go up, not a lot of effort to come back down. Be very diligent of what you're doing. Less is more. Again, remember, the longer you play in the casino, the higher probability you will give it back. Guys, God bless. Have a great night, everybody. I'm going to go get some rest. And with God's help, I'll see you on the field tomorrow.